What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, hanging out with the great one and only Chris Gore. Chris, how's your day going today, sir?
Thanks. I'm embarrassed when you say that, but thanks, Derek. It's great
Yeah,
to be
man. I'm
here,
sorry,
man.
man. I think you're
Hanging
pretty
with you.
solid. So,
Don't be sorry.
all right, let's get into this because I wanted to bring you on for this particular article. We've talked about this online, offline, in regards to Hollywood and currently their need to kind of start making content, possibly through YouTube, but also
Right.
independent creators needing to kind of take the reins themselves, not wait for Hollywood to hand them, their careers on a silver platter, trying to grind their way up through the Hollywood machine. If you're a creative, hey, there's platforms out here that are available for you, like YouTube. And it seems like Hollywood is now starting to key in on this. This article is from The Ankler. TV producers flip to YouTube for money. You have to be out there hustling, lower budgets, instant audience. Making the series for the free ad-based stream giant is an increasingly appealing option in a rocky market. So when you hear a headline like that, Chris, what's the first thing that comes to mind, especially when you're, talking about independent content creators?
Easy access, turnkey, fewer, if not almost zero, gatekeepers, and people don't say it enough. YouTube is the number one streaming platform. Period.
Yep.
Nothing comes close. Number two is Netflix, and Disney Plus is kind of way down here. Disney Plus is a small player in the streaming business, but even the company that I released my film Attack of the Doc through also released it on YouTube for two reasons. One, my film Attack of the Doc is on YouTube to watch for free with ads, right? So I make money on it, but it's for two reasons. One, to make money on it, right, from ads. The second reason is to stop piracy, right? So you put your indie film project on there, it will recognize and copyright claim anyone else trying to upload it. So there's a lot of advantages. And I'll say this, when it comes to indie producers, you have to be so creative with how you bring in dollars these days.
Yeah.
That if you got a small project, you can even workshop it or see, like, here's a kernel of an idea. We have, a sizzle reel or a concept. You can test the waters on YouTube, but the business is about to go through a huge contraction. So indie producers are going to have to do whatever they can to survive. And YouTube is an option, a viable option. I mean, you and I both have our own channels.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do well enough. But
Yeah.
The idea that TV producers are considering YouTube as a platform is telling you something, because the pieces of the pie are getting thinner and thinner, and YouTube is a great option for a lot of people. So,
and it's like it says in the headline, you have to be out there hustling. The TV producers see it as well as the indie producers. And now it seems like that this platform is going to open wide open. I mean, we already see it with mainstream, entertainment and television. They all have something on YouTube for CNN, MSNBC. They all have some sort of Fox News. They all have YouTube channels of their own. So it seems like now we're going to start maybe getting some TV producers stepping into YouTube and possibly, kind of upsetting that marketplace. It's really revolving. A lot of this story is revolving around this particular video, this show, I guess, Chicken Shop Dates. I've never seen this show before, but, you can see it here. Andrew Garfield showed up on Chicken Shop Date, and it got an amazing pop. Over 8 million views in less than, a few hours. And then 500,000 upvotes, tons of comments. So TV producers are starting to see the value of coming to YouTube to get an easy access to an audience. It mentions it here at this week's market, though most people I talked to were more energized about YouTubers Amelia Dill Moldenberg's off the charts chemistry with Andrew Garfield. In the 6 days since its launch, the 11-minute video so far 7.2 million views. Obviously, I showed you it's 8 million
Wow.
now. 20,000 comments, secured coverage everywhere from CNN to St. Hoax. So this is what one bewildered senior executive said. My competition is no longer rival distributors. When he's talking about translating the company's IP into digital propositions for YouTube, it's the influencers. So now they
Mm.
see that folks on YouTube are more of a competition for Hollywood. All right, not just the regular rival distributors, but actual influencers like this young lady here. I think this is going to be a major point for a lot of, again, independent content creators. Get in now. I was saying this during the strike. While all of these folks were out there picketing up and down Sunset Boulevard in the hot sun, I was like, hey, if you have the writing chops, gather some buddies of yours, get a germ of an idea going, and get it out there on YouTube, because the time is now for YouTube or for independent content creators to take off. Use your ingenuity. Don't beg Hollywood, but actually go out there and
Yep.
do something of your own. Like, honestly, and this again, Chris, is something that we and you have talked about offline as well. I think this is the time for independent content creators to get after it. And it seems like, other folks in Hollywood are seeing the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is the fact that mainstream, whether it's Hollywood, television, or even the news medium, right? They don't take risks. They don't
Yeah.
take risks of any sort. And in today's day and age, when I mean, it's an 11-minute video, I can see why it was popular. They have chemistry, but it's you cannot take risk. YouTube, you can take a lot of risks, and the stuff that bubbles to the surface. I mean, yes, the algorithm helps certain things, but even when the
Uh-huh.
algorithm is helping a video, it doesn't mean that you'll get big numbers. The algorithm favors things like MSNBC, CNN, but other news organizations on YouTube organically get more views than CNN. And no shock to anyone, especially if you watch YouTube on a regular basis, that uh, YouTube's rate, if you want to go by ratings or views or whatever, is bigger than TV, right? It's bigger. TV
Oh
is
yeah.
dying. TV is
Oh yeah.
dying. The younger generation wants whether it's shorter clips or they see through BS. And look, mainstream TV and Hollywood is built on a mountain of BS, and in particular, the news media. So, and you've got a very skeptical generation, right? I mean, I was
Absolutely.
always a skeptic. I'm Gen X.
Oh yeah, yeah. Skepticism runs in our genes, man. We
Yes,
we grew up at the same time frame. Skepticism
yeah,
is actually the course of the day. It
question
says here, if you
everything.
talk to any format executives, they'll tell you how long it takes to get a new unscripted idea off the ground. Even when they do sell, they have less time to prove themselves on air because of constrained budgets. Such risk aversion is leading more producers and distributors to take digital platforms more seriously. And this year's market felt like a come to Jesus moment about YouTube in particular. I think that like you just mentioned, the risk. All right.
Mhm.
How much risk is involved in getting some of these large projects off the ground? Now, they do mention there, but can taking the hustle to YouTube actually pay off? Veteran Peaky Blinders and Third Rock from the Sun producer Karen Mandeback, who's eyeing a future in brand funded comedies, tells me it is very difficult to bet on yourself because you're the one that's going to lose the money. And see, so to me, it seems like, hey, less grit, more risk into YouTube, because guess what? You're still going to have the opportunity to produce whatever it is you want to produce. You can be a little bit more creative. And like you said
Right.
earlier, Chris, you don't have as many folks looking over your shoulder telling you don't do this, put this in there. You have a little bit more control. YouTube accounts for 10% of family room viewing. I think this is huge right here, and it's only getting bigger. All the young kids in Gen Alpha and Gen Z, they don't watch regular mainstream television. If you're looking for an audience, if you're looking for folks to, find your material, what better place than YouTube? It's going to be so hard to crack through the Hollywood, system and finally, get your way all the way up to the top. But if you have a really solid idea, I think that, you got to start thinking about putting your content out there on YouTube and just being, more forward with it. Again, the TV producers, it seems like this is where they're going. The TV producers are starting to see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, but as she points out, it's you're taking the risk. You're the one
Yeah.
that's going to basically front the money to make a TV show, or at least a show on a lower budget level. That's still not nothing. That's,
Yeah.
betting on yourself with cash. And then
Yep.
hopefully she mentioned brand sponsored. So you could see like approaching a brand like
Hmm.
Snickers, right? Everybody loves Snickers candy bars.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Let's
man.
have Snickers fund the show. That's what she's talking about. And then money from YouTube would be gravy. So you're going to see this happen more and more. I mean, we've already always seen like product placement in the background in movies, TV shows. That's going to be way more. But you're even going to see these I mean, it's no different than when TV first launched and
Yep.
laundry detergent were the main sponsors, or sponsored by Tide, whatever. It's like it's like we're back to where it started, right? So, but
Yeah.
I think as long as they're upfront about it, I don't really care. I mean, whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna grow and grow.
I think it's going to be a different world that we're coming into with entertainment, television, movies, you name it. The independent sphere is here. I think that if you're an independent creator, I know a lot of folks on my in my channel or subscribers to my channel, they are content creators or they are independent creators. Hey guys, the time is now. Don't hesitate. Get out there and start creating, start doing things, and jump into YouTube, jump wherever you can, wherever you find an opportunity. Because look, the rest of the entertainment, they're starting to catch up. They're starting to see the value of YouTube, and pretty soon this whole area is going to be flooded, and then it's going to be even more competition. So get in first in, best dressed. That's definitely the way to go at this time. All right, Chris. Thank you for your time, brother. I appreciate that. We'll be seeing you a little bit later on Versus, bro.
That's right. Take care.
All right, take care. Peace out.